it's kind of I kind of see it a little bit differently than like most of the script work that I'm used to hearing and doing. And I mean, it's storytelling. You're reading when you're narrating a story in a certain way. I don't think that would bother me particularly, unless this character is a fairly extensive character, and there's a lot of some writers will really lean into the vernacular and the way they write like some Black playwrights just really lean into it, so it's so easy to read. That would be awkward for me to hear a white person doing that for an extended amount of time. But honestly, if it's just a couple of lines, I don't really see why you would need to hire someone to do that. But then again, it's always great to provide work for a person of color, even if it's not desperately needed. It's like, hey, how many Black narrators do you know? I don't know of many. I know there's plenty, but you're creating opportunities and ultimately allowing them to tell their own stories.
Right.
Because there's just less opportunities, and there's plenty of opportunities for us, but it's always we talk about allyship and I always think of it as like we're cohorts, we're co-conspirators, we're collaborators, because sometimes ally can be kind of like when people say well you people to me, or when someone says you people or those people, you've separated yourself from them. We're ultimately we're humans, we're human beings. We have to be in equity work. We have to stand on solid ground together. And we have to take this big old pot of oppression and we're talking about race mostly here, but feminism, the patriarchy, and looking at misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, racism. And when we take all of these feelings out of this pot, we're left with this system of oppression. If we can really look at it from that lens, it's pretty clear what the roadmap is, where the opportunities lie, and which perspectives we have to be centering in these conversations, as I like to say. When we're centering Blackness in this type of experience here, the best answer is to get a black reader for it, and then
right.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, we're always centering whiteness on some level because we're talking about capitalism. And never feel bad. I tell people, don't feel bad about being born white. We can't help being born where we are, but privilege is a superpower. We can use it to do good, and we can use that agency to really make some change.
Yeah, isn't that funny too? That you use superpower, because I was thinking about that. It's like it's.
You didn't ask for it. You didn't. I didn't ask. I have no privilege. I didn't ask for it.
And how many superhero movies have the I didn't ask for these powers. I never wanted this destiny.
I didn't ask to be a male.
Yes, but
I can take responsibility.
But my son, there are people who need your help, and you were given these powers, and it's like that's that is a fairly motivating way to look at it. To look at the opportunities. The other thing that I think of just in general, as fortune continues to smile down on me and opportunities continue to come my way, the idea of achieving might and achieving glory, is very, very tempting. But it seems to me that a lot of this oppression that has been taking place has been in the name of achieving might and glory, basically sort of rolling over, demeaning, and looking past, and not reaching back and checking what other people are going through. And it's like, whatever. We are, I think of I think of bands, I think of authors, I think of politicians, where it's just like, no. I'm going to show I want to show the world how far I can go, and it's like, that is where then you're highly likely to squash others, if that's,
And it's true, as real and factual as that is, some people are completely content with doing that. So lately I've been talking about these radical listening sessions, and I've been trying to practice radical listening as I go throughout the world. I'm sitting here talking about race, but I'm still a male. I'm still cisgender. I'm not trans. I'm not a woman. I have work I've got to do, and I'm willing to do the work if other people are willing to do their work.
Yeah.
For racial justice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And relationships. How
Man,
how much do I value relationships, you know, in my life?
right.
And where does, you know, where do these new demands that are being made on me, you know, how can I dig into the inside so that I'm just as motivated internally to meet these as I am externally to you know, to not be bad. But, you know, it's like,
Right.
what is my heart yearning for in terms of, you know, relationships in my life?
Right. And you know, there's a lot of change happening right now, and you know, a lot of, and I'm talking more specifically in the arts more than anything else. And a lot of folks have a lot of opinions about motive and things like that. But ultimately, I think when it comes to social justice efforts, be they in this work as dialect coaches, as actors, as directors, as curators, I'd like to think that we're all here to respond with love and to tell stories, and that we all are wanting to work towards sustainable solutions so that we can all tell our own stories. There's enough room for all of us, you know. And I think sometimes it gets conflated when we become reactionary. You know, this is a very reactionary time. You've got some Black folks that are screaming at white folks right now. We got white folks that are screaming at white folks. You got, you know, people are screaming across the lines at each other. But there are also conversations that are happening, and there's also there's enough room for peaceful parts of this, but there's got to be room for the volatile parts of it too, because we're all about liberating ourselves. Yeah. This is a great
James.
Conversation. Wow, this is great.
Well, I'm so glad you're getting stuff out of it too. I've
enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. Thank you so much. It's
invaluable insight. You know, if we get comments on the video, you know, there's an opportunity for follow-up. And those of you who are watching the video, please do leave your comments if you have insights, in particular with the topic of audiobook narration and using varieties of voices that are not of the culture that the narrator is clearly from, based on their race, or the experience that they've clearly not had based on their race. As well as the nature of doing dialect coaching and voice videos. Please leave that in the comments. Specific is terrific, because what we want to do is we want to get more and more accurate mapping of what the opportunities and responsibilities are. Hate comments, especially based on race, please don't. If you want to hate on what a dork I am, that is great, because that'll get me even more views. And haters have been very kind to my video view numbers, so that's okay. But let's in terms of this topic, specific and insight, and you know, you may influence the next video. You may end up being interviewed for the next video. So the way I like to close these interviews, James, is I like to say thank you so much for your time. I hope that my voice and your ears meet again real soon. So to end this video, I'll say thank you everybody so much for your time, for your attention watching this. I hope that our voices and your ears meet again real soon.
Thanks.